Hello, everyone. My name is Rob Higurita, and I'm a Principal Technical Account Manager here at AWS, and I'm based out of Austin, Texas. Welcome to AWS Supports You, where AWS support experts provide tips to optimize performance in the cloud, lower cost, and provide you with best practices and design considerations. Joining me today, I have Amit and Michelle from the AWS Support. Can you give us a quick introduction, Amit and Michelle?
Sure. Hello,
Sure.
everyone. My name is Michelle Jiang from AWS Support, based off Seattle, Washington. I'm the product manager for Enterprise On-Ramp, which is a new support offering that we launched in reInvent 2021. I'm very excited to be here to talk about key features and benefits of Enterprise On-Ramp. Thanks for having me. Over to you, Amit.
Cool. Thanks, Michelle. Good morning from sunny Seattle. And my name is Amit, and a business product manager for business support within the support portfolio. I've been here in AWS for the last four years plus. We're coming to 5 years soon, and excited to be here as well with the Twitch folks over here. Thank you so much for having us.
Great, and thank you for joining us today to give us a little bit of introduction to some of the enterprise on-ramp and business support entitlements and offerings that we have here. So we're going to be specifically focusing on those. But before we do get into all of those details, a quick note to the attendees online. Please feel free to use the chat window on the right-hand side of your screen to let us know where you're joining us from today, and share your thoughts and questions throughout the episode. We really do look forward to hearing from you. So please take advantage of that chat window over there to ask your questions of Amit, Michelle, and myself today. I'm also going to be dropping a link to our survey over there in the chat as well. So if you'd like to let us know how we did or what else you'd like to see on the show, please feel free to use that survey link. So, Michelle, I'm going to turn it over to you to go ahead and get us started today and what we're going to be discussing.
Sure. Thanks, Rob. Next slide. Thank you. So in today's presentation, we'll be covering 4 topics. First, I will provide an overview of AWS Premium Support product portfolio, as well as the target use case for each support plan. And then moving into Enterprise On-Ramp, talking about its key features and the benefit, help you understand how you can take advantage of this new support offering to manage your business in AWS. Later at the presentation, Amit will share some customer success stories with us and walk us through the top 3 programmatic features across the product portfolio, including support case creation, trusted advisor, and the support automation workflows. All right, let's get started. Moving to next slide, please. Thank you. So I'd like to start with a quick overview of AWS Premium Support product offerings. AWS Premium Support offers an efficient combination of technology, people, tools, and programs to help you achieve your business goal in AWS. We currently offer 4 paid support tiers to meet different support needs, from the lowest tier of developer support to the top tier enterprise support. So if you are a developer, you are just exploring in AWS with some testing accounts, or just doing a proof of concept, it is recommended that you choose the developer support plan, which will give you 24/7 access to cloud engineers who can help you troubleshoot and provide solutions to your individual needs. You can also get access to basic security trusted advisor checks to help you provision your resources based on AWS best practice. You'll be hearing Amit covering more details about trusted advisor later at the presentation, so please stay with us if you are interested to learn more. Besides Trusted Advisor, you are also entitled to AWS Personal Health Dashboard, PHD, another programmatic capability that we offer to help you self-serve. This is a personalized view of health status of each AWS service that you are currently using. It also provides an alert automatically triggered by the changes in the health of these services. Moving up to next tier, business support, which is recommended to the customer who started to run production workloads in AWS. You are entitled to all the support features that was previously mentioned to developer support. Apart from that, business support customers also receive 1-hour case response time and an access to the full suite of trusted advisor checks to help follow AWS best practice. At the top corner of the slide, you can see enterprise support, which is the top tier designed for business critical or mission critical workloads with a full access to proactive support features such as infrastructure event management, cost optimization, as well as a designated TAM to help you troubleshoot and provide ongoing engagement throughout your implementation lifecycle. Your TAM is your primary contact, In addition to TAM engagement, enterprise support also provide you a response time within 15 minutes in the event that your business critical system goes down. Positioned in the middle between business support and enterprise support is the Enterprise OnRamp, the newest addition to the premium support portfolio. Enterprise OnRamp provides you access to proactive support delivered by a pool of TAMs with limited frequency, while also granting you access to a 30-minute case response time for support cases. Enterprise OnRamp has a lower cost than enterprise support, making it more accessible to our customers who are in the very early stage of their cloud migration. Moving to next slide, please. So in this slide, you can see a side-by-side comparison of support features across the entire portfolio. Premium support offerings are designed based off a tiering structure. By default, all premium support customers have access to programmatic features such as personal health dashboard and a trusted advisor. When you move from a lower tier to the higher one, you are automatically carrying all the features covered in the lower tier, and will also receive the additive value related to case response time, tools, and human engagement. For example, when you move from business support to enterprise OnRamp, you started to get access to our TAM resources who can play a consultant role throughout your engagement to help you get the most out of your cloud deployment. All right, now let's jump into enterprise OnRamp. Next slide, please. Thank you. So you might be curious, why do we launch Enterprise OnRamp, given that we already have a few good support plans serving different needs? The launch of Enterprise OnRamp is actually a response to our customers' feedback. Our customers, particularly the one in the early stage of their cloud journey, often told us that they want intermediate support plan with more proactive features than business support offers, but without the full enterprise support offerings. These customers are relative price sensitive, and they are looking for a support offering to give them just the relevant features that they can benefit the most from. Enterprise OnRamp provides the optimal balance between price and the features. With the introduction of Enterprise OnRamp, we provide customers a more proactive support offering than business support at a more economical price than enterprise support. The starting price for Enterprise OnRamp is $5,500 per month, which is about 1/3 of the enterprise support starting price. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are a customer moving to Enterprise OnRamp from a lower tier, such as a business support or developer, in addition to all the features provided in the lower tier, you also get access to support services such as IEM, Infrastructure Event Management, Cloud Operation Review, architectural guidance, and cost optimization delivered by a pool of TAMs. The TAM pool schedules monthly meeting with you to understand your business priorities and recommend specific support services to help you achieve your business goal. Another feature that you can take advantage from when sign up for Enterprise OnRamp is the aggregate billing. Your AWS usage can be aggregated across your AWS organization, which can make Enterprise OnRamp more cost effective if you have many linked accounts running low-cost workloads. In addition to this, you will also receive a faster response time for your support cases when you move to Enterprise OnRamp from a lower tier. For Enterprise OnRamp, we provide less than 30 minutes response time for the most critical issues. You can also get additional support from your TAM to work on escalations, meaning the TAM will help find out the right resources and the tools to get your case resolved quickly. Let's continue our conversation on Enterprise OnRamp features. Moving into next slide, please. Thank you. So this slide lays out the key benefits of Enterprise OnRamp. The key features and the services on the Enterprise OnRamp are designed to not only help you manage and run your business in AWS, but also grow and optimize. For example, Cloud Operation Review is a standardized program for discussing cloud operation best practice. It proactively assists you in identifying operational risks and mitigating them through a structured approach through the adoption of AWS best practice. Another valuable service, infrastructure event management, is a structured program that helps you plan for large-scale events, such as product launch, infrastructure migration, or live streaming event. We recently helped a customer to successfully run a digital campaign, exceeding their initial expected traffic by 15%. The team worked the customers through the IEM process and set them to meet the capacity needs during the event. Earlier this year, we had another customer successfully utilize IEM to manage their live streaming events for the Beijing Winter Olympic Games. The team led the overall monitoring and took immediate actions to address and escalate application and skilling issues during the event. Moving to the next slide, please. Thank you. In this slide, I'd like to talk about the enterprise RM engagement model. So one of the key differentiator between enterprise RM and enterprise support is the cadence of the activity. At the top of the slide, you can see all the 10 delivered services that you will be able to take advantage of when you sign up for enterprise RM. At the bottom, you will notice the cadence of these activities, how often you will be able to utilize these services. So whether it's monthly, quarterly, biannually, or yearly. Once you complete your enrollment process, we will assign a team from the team pool to help you onboard. The team will set up an onboarding call along with a solution architect, concierge, and your account manager to walk you through enterprise RM offering and how you can engage with them moving forward. To ensure you remain engaged with us, we set up monthly meetings with you, which can be tailored to your schedule. We use these meetings to update project status, understand your business priority, and identify opportunities for service level improvement. Tim will also proactively make recommendations to help you drive overall operational excellence. On the other hand, you have the control of your engagement plan. You can always talk to the team in these monthly meetings and set a preference. To summarize, Enterprise RM provides you the flexibility to determine what services you would like to utilize at a specific given point of time. We also have team to regularly check in with you and provide guidance throughout your engagement. All right, this slide brings to the end of my presentation today. Thanks, everyone. I'd like to take questions before we move over to Amit. Thank you.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for covering that information about Enterprise OnRamp. No questions from the audience right now. So audiences that are watching, please feel free to post your questions into the chat. We're happy to answer them today. I did have a quick question. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's for Amit. We were looking at the different support tiers that we do have there. Is it possible for customers to be able to mix their support tiers on their different accounts, like have developer on the developer accounts that they have and have like business support or Enterprise OnRamp and such on other accounts?
So a very good question. So actually for our customer on developer or business support plans, they can pick and choose whatever the account they would like to sign up for a specific plan. However, when you move to enterprise RM or enterprise support, we highly recommend and we enable the account aggregation, meaning all the accounts, linked accounts can be aggregated into one payer to benefit from the entire support.
Great, thanks. Yeah, I know that's been a good experience for the customers that I've worked with that have had that as well, because then they can just open a case on any one of their accounts and get assistance from our team. So great. All right, well, I appreciate that. Again, audience, please feel free to post your questions. I guess we'll turn it over to Amit to cover his section now. Thanks.
Thanks, Rob.
Sure, thank you. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Michelle. That is a good overview of the new product which we launched, just seeing great adoption from customers, like Michelle mentioned. So moving on, I think before switching into further details about programmatic capabilities that the business support tier offers, just want to quickly sort of run through some of the key customer outcomes and the benefits customers see with support plans. And some of these Michelle referenced already, but sort of summarizing them. One is performance and reliability of your applications. One, security. Third is the cloud operational excellence. For example, the IEM and the operations review, the infrastructure event management and the operations reviews, both of which Michelle mentioned, are good, I suppose, drivers for operational excellence for customers. In addition to these, we'll also look at the programmatic tools further down as a part of the business support offering. And finally, a key benefit is total cost of operations, both from recommendations coming from TAMs or the programmatic features. You have opportunities to reduce your cost of cloud operations, of your cloud workloads rather. Sorry, and these are the 4 key pillars of outcomes that support plans drive for you. We'll take a few specific examples of customers who have seen these benefits accrue for them. One example which we have over here, TNG, is an example where customers moved from a legacy data center to AWS, and they've seen a significant decrease in their cost of running analytics in particular, about 50% reduction in their costs by switching and migrating to the cloud. That's an example. PEXA, another example from Australia. So I think over here, through modernization of the databases, they saw significant improvements, both from commercial license perspective and total running costs, amounting to more than a quarter million Aussie dollar per year. So that's 2 examples where customers benefited from moving to AWS from their prior either data centers or legacy architecture, modernizing to the cloud. 2 other examples which we have here, which sort of speak to optimization specifically from the spend perspective, which we discussed before. I think Arcos Labs, which had used recommendations from a combination of TAM, Technical Account Manager, and the programmatic tools, which is Trusted Advisor, both put together, help them save up to 30% of compute spend. Compute is basically EC2, primarily EC2 over here in this situation, as a great reduction in their costs by 30%. A significant change in their total cost outlay, which is quite a beneficial outcome for customers. The other one, the final example before we move to the next section, is Brainly, where again they've been leveraging the full suite of tools by Support, including Support Center, a personal health dashboard, Cost Explorer, all of these sort of portfolio of tools which Michelle mentioned earlier, and which we're going to dive deep further in the next section. Those tools have really helped them sort of be successful and build new solutions in the cloud. And that's an example with Brainly. So I think we have thousands and thousands of customers on Support. These are the 4, we just picked up 4 examples, sort of illustrate different ways of taking benefits of the cloud through migrations, through modernization, through better operations, and through using support tools to get benefits from reliability, cost optimization, and security. So those are a few specific examples from thousands and thousands of customers we've been fortunate to serve at AWS. Cool. Hopefully that gives you a good understanding. Switching gears a little bit. So what we're going to do next is to take a deeper view into specific features which support products offer. All of these are part of business support and hire. All of the programmatic features that you're going to cover today, and are going to help you sort of not just troubleshoot, but also proactively help you make architectural improvements and cost improvements, security improvements in your applications, not just for troubleshooting, but for guidance and for ongoing continuous improvement. Optimization is where support could help you all throughout the customer journey, all throughout your cloud journey, and not just for the traditional view of, hey, if there's a problem, let's call support. That's not how we view support over here in AWS. Cool. I'll move forward. All right. Before diving deeper into support specific features, I just want a quick plug for our community forum, which we have. Support runs is Repost. It's a great forum. To be able to sort of find answers for specific questions from the community, and also has responses from support engineers for questions which the community itself probably would not be fully across. So it's a great forum to sort of learn and to sort of get help from like-minded engineers and technical folks across the globe. So please do check it out. The great community, just like over here in Twitch. Repost is building a great community for for cloud questions and issues you may encounter. And the other one, similarly at Repost, you also have essentially pods, if you like, on specific topics. A bunch of learners come together and focus on how quickly to ramp up on some of the latest technologies on cloud, for example. The ones which are popular ones like serverless, containers, identity and compliance, and security. Those are some of the common popular topics. And as you can see, a fair bit of membership in these topics, and it's a great way to sort of learn about these new innovations on cloud with, I suppose, a community of folks similar to what we have in Twitch at Repost. Please do check it out. Before going to sort of support features, I'm wondering if there's any questions I could take, Rob.
Hey, Amit. We do have a question that came in from the audience while you were talking. I don't know if we're going to cover it at all later here, but they had a question on, or from JibJab06. It says, "Can I use Trusted Advisor without a subscription?" So, not sure if you're going to cover that or if you have a little bit that you can elaborate on.
Certainly, I can take it quickly. Trusted Advisor, yeah, absolutely. We have, I suppose, like Michelle mentioned earlier, sort of incremental benefits as you sort of move up the tiers. So for customers by default on basic support subscription, which is default for all accounts, for those customers, a set of critical security checks are included, and as a part of being an AWS customer, these are the most critical ones for security, which is quite helpful, quite handy. But as you sort of take on more further support tiers, you have I suppose, a more enhanced and more complete set of TA checks, starting from business support, which business support gives you your full access to all of the TA checks across all different services, 200 plus different checks on Trusted Advisor.
Okay, great. Thanks for that little overview there. And I did post a link into the chat for the audience to be able to go and check out Repost, which should be fairly familiar, hopefully, if you're a returning member of our audience, because we just did a show recently on answering some questions from Repost. But like you said, Amit, great community for people to be able to go and get assistance from AWS experts. So I'll turn it back over to you, though, Amit, to continue on.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rob. All right. So quickly sort of going to sort of further detail into the top support features which are available from business support for subscription. So one, support case creation. Sort of this, like I said before, don't have to think about this as a troubleshooting only sort of resource. It helps you, creating support cases helps not just troubleshooting to test prod environments, but also for guidance. For example, as you start thinking about building a new application or a new workload, what choices do you have? Which services help you meet your use cases best? And within a service, which specific feature is ideally suited for your use case? These sort of guidance questions could help save a bunch of time by making the best architectural choices is all something you could access as a part of your support subscription. And it covers pretty much all of the AWS services which are generally available. 200 plus AWS services kind of available for guidance on a 24/7 basis. It's a great, fantastic resource you could take advantage of. Then we're going to speak to Trusted Advisor, its best practice pillars and real-time checks. We'll go into further detail of that. And finally, going to close with automation workflows and how could that help you with common troubleshooting tasks and how you could speed up addressing these issues and improve your application availability through automation workflows. So those are the three features we're going to sort of dive into next. All right, starting with Support Center. So Support Center over here is your home, I suppose, for all of your AWS support resources. And as you can see, there's an opportunity for you to create case if you would like. At the same time, essentially puts lists together, some really fantastic resources to sort of help you guide with Knowledge Center, and also a bunch of recommendations based on what potentially could be the challenges you could be facing, And those are all coming together in your home for support, either case or sort of access, knowledge center, and some resources to help you troubleshoot / help you guide on your journey. The other one is, which is also linked over here in the support center, the personal health dashboard. And like Michelle mentioned earlier, it's a great resource. It's a single pane of glass, I suppose, which is personalized to your application, which is picks on the resources and the services that you use, and tells you what sort of activities are going on from AWS perspective, which you need to be aware of, either any incidents or any sort of planned activities that are going on, and that could be a good first port of call in case something that you're concerned about. From an application performance perspective, it's always a good place to start to see, hey, is there anything going on at the moment that you need to be aware of? So that's a personal health dashboard, a great handy tool, personalized to your resources and your applications. All right, switching gears, taking a deeper dive into a Trusted Advisor. Trusted Advisor is, I'm a big fan of TA, Trusted Advisor, or short form TA. It's a home for best practice checks. So all of, like I said before, more than 200 different best practice checks. And essentially, the way it works is that it applies these 200 different rules, if you like, or checks on your resources, and to see if there's opportunity for improvement against AWS best practices, and sort of flags them and summarizes them for you in a single place. So you know where you have deviations from best practice and where you can sort of take an action to improve your best practices. And it sort of comes in a nice little one single pane of glass, which is very handy to use. And we were just thinking, brainstorming, Michelle and myself, what's a great analogy of what TA is, and Iron Man came to mind. It's a good combination. Like Iron Man relies on Jarvis, the computer, to sort of gives recommendation and then takes action based on them. I think that's probably a good metaphor for TA, where you get a bunch of recommendations based on personalized to your environment, and then you can take an action to sort of make a change and make an improvement. So that's what came to our minds as what's the best way to sort of describe what TA is all about. Cool. With that introduction, I'm going to go slightly more detail and sort of describe some of the specific features with TA. All right. As you can see, as I mentioned before, a very broad range of services that are covered by TA. Obviously, the most popular ones are around EC2, Lambda, CloudFront, and so on. And recently, the TA team added Comprehend and Security Hub and so on. So puts together recommendations from all of these different services to help you reduce cost, improve security, and reduce faults. Those are the three sort of key outcomes from Trusted Advisor. And this list is constantly growing. So the team is constantly adding new checks to help you sort of achieve the best practices. Again, very, very quickly, sort of key features include, a handy way to sort of have notifications from the top. As you make any changes in your environment, there is opportunity for you to be notified, either through, I suppose, in this situation on the console, the TA console, or through emails. So you're keeping up to date with how your resources are performing against best practices. And so you can focus on exactly what is relevant to you. Then you could also have the API set up, which can automatically gives you a view to programmatically gather all the information from TA in one single place, as opposed to you going to the console yourself. That sort of helps you. That's what works better for your situation. Then you also have, some of the other features to personalize, as we will see a little later. And the final point to have flag is that it's quite refreshes on every sort of very, very strong, very, very rapid cadence. So you're always, you're not staying behind how things are evolving in your architecture or in your applications with really 5-minute refresh timeframes. Cool. And one more handy feature of TA is organizational view. So as Michelle mentioned earlier, you could have potentially many accounts within your within your workload, so you could put together a single view of best practices across the organization. So, and you can be specific about how often you want it, which regions you want to have it for, and what format you want to have it. Quite a handy tool, sort of aggregates everything in one place. So, sort of helps you save time on keeping up with all the changes coming up in the application. So it's a new feature launched recently, and you should really check it out to have a single view of the organization. A quick screenshots on how do you sort of create that. So you have, like I said before, quite an easy tool. Sort of give naturally a name, a title, and then you have what format do you choose and what regions do you want to be part of included within the organization, and to aggregate all your accounts in a format which you like and which you sort of used to, and put together in one single report to help you sort of prioritize and take action. All right, a quick view of the summary dashboard with Trusted Advisor. As you can see, it's quite handy in terms of different recommendations in cost optimization, performance, security, fault tolerance, and also service quotas. So to see how you're tracking against your quotas, and the three different kinds of check results. I'm sorry. So if some of them are green, that means there's no particular action for you. Yellow is potentially sort of in the gray area and potentially requires some investigation, and red, something you really want to sort of take a action on. So at the moment, there are 230 checks across 22 different services, and this list is constantly growing. And as you can see on the dashboard over there, it sort of puts together how many checks, the summary status, so you can focus and zoom into what's relevant to yourself, and also a full list of recent changes as you keep up to date, so you know what has changed recently from your prior access to TA to now. What's been the recent changes which have been sort of evolving in your workload, and a summary of your potential monthly cost savings as well, which you could take an action on. So this is one summary of the entire application, and with specific prompts on where you can focus through a nice little color guide, so you can know where to focus on. All right, well, I'll take a specific example. So given the summary which you saw earlier and the list of specific areas where you need to sort of, we have opportunities. So this is an example of one specific example with cost optimization of all the entire list possible. This is one a deep dive of that. In this case, there's an opportunity which TA Trusted Advisor surfaced, which is around how could you improve your EBS volume utilization. There's potentially underutilized EBS volumes, which which you may want to have a look at and to analyze. And if they happen to be, I'm sorry for that. So on your analysis, if you figure out that, hey, indeed, these are something which I could free up because they're not being utilized, and I could live with a higher level of utilization, then you could. There's a nice little handy tip and next step on how exactly you could take the recommendation forward to reduce in this situation, improve your utilization of EBS volumes, and that's everything's in one place. And specifically, as you can see over there, tells you which region, which volume ID, all of the information in one place, so that you could really quickly take an action and see immediate benefits to your cost profile with TA recommendations. So this is just an example. Similarly, you have checks against all of your resources across those 22 different services towards cost optimization, security, and the other key pillars to help you identify the opportunity and also act on it as quickly as you could. All right, this is another example very quickly. I should probably skip this, but there was EBS example. This is an example of EC2 underutilization. And again, similarly, you have why an opportunity exists and where exactly you could, which exact resource you could take an action on, and your potential estimated savings you could benefit by taking the action. All of them in a single place to help you expedite cost optimization in this case. All right. Similarly, I think a big new feature added as well is personalization. Seems like a simple one, exclude and refresh, but it's quite handy because you have a long list of, as we said before, it's constantly growing list of recommendations, and sometimes some recommendations may be relevant to you. Some of them may not be super relevant because those are part of your business model. For example, if you have, let's say, a public S3 bucket, TA would surface that as a security risk. But if that's something a part of your as a customer use case and you really wanted to keep it public, then all you have to do is go in over here when that pops up and say, hey, please click it and exclude it. So it really tries to improve your noise to signal ratio. So the whole objective of TA is to zoom in to the right recommendations, so you can, and gives you in one place, so you can take quick and handy action and sort of get those benefits as fast as you can. So this is quite a handy personalization opportunity. So you can sort of exclude all that is irrelevant, so it does not keep popping up on your list, so that you don't have, so you know exactly what's relevant to yourself. So that's something you should really check it out as you start to sort of explore TA on your applications. All right, that's the quick sort of deep dive on TA and why should you use it and what benefits TA delivers. I'm wondering, Rob, do you see any other questions to take from the audience, or should I keep?
Hi, Matt. Yeah, no questions from the audience right now. I did have a question. We have the trusted advisor. You mentioned the organizational view and such. I was wondering at all if you were going to cover, we did have a recent announcement for the launch of Trusted Advisor Priority, and wasn't sure if you were going to be covering that today or have anything to add.
Yeah, good question, Rob. I think we're constantly training and evolving and improving TA, and one of the areas of improvement is applying machine learning to sort of automatically prioritize what could be the most important areas of opportunity. At the moment, TA gives you the full list of all the potential opportunities you have, and with TA Priority, what we're building and will be releasing shortly for business support is going to be machine-driven recommendations based on using machine learning to really hone in on the specific list of where you can prioritize your focus. We always short on time, so if you had to pick the top 5 things, what those top 5 things are you, and that's going to be quite a handy tool coming up soon.
Yeah, and I think it's probably helpful to mention for those customers that do have enterprise support already, not only do they get some recommendations based on maybe accounts that are production, but also get to work with their technical account manager who will push priority recommendations to them so they can help to be guided along their journey of what they should adopt, and kind of focus on in the trusted advisor checks that are out there. So I'll drop a link to the announced information for Trusted Advisor Priority as well into the chat, but I'll let you continue on. Thanks, Nick.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you, Rob. All right, we are moving fast, and we are at the sort of the last lap of the presentation today, and what a better way to do that than with using support automation workflows. Automation workflows are available for business support customers. A bunch of automations are available by default to all customers, and some set of premium automation workflows available for business support subscribers and above. And again, a very, very handy tool. Like I mentioned before, it helps you really troubleshoot faster. So if you have issues that pop up in your production, it sort of helps you troubleshoot very quickly and sort of and figure out and creates a common language and a common set of diagnostics which can be applied, and it's also shared with AWS support engineers or within your own organization. A very standardized step-by-step approach to see so everybody sees exactly the same diagnostics, and everybody takes the same set of actions consistently. As you know, typically troubleshooting requires not a single team or a single person, but typically a collaborative process with multiple teams involved. And automation workflows helps you create that common set of tools, common set of metrics, common set of data points. So everybody's reading from the same hymn sheet, if you like. And so we can really accelerate troubleshooting and finding solutions for your common problems through automation workflows. And again, we were discussing what would be a good metaphor to describe automation workflows, and what came to mind is Sonic the Hedgehog. It's quite a good metaphor for automation workflows. Really quick, really fast at solving problems, and that's one. And second, whatever is the kind of problem, it really rolls with it. And that's why we thought Sonic the Hedgehog is a great metaphor for automation workflows to demonstrate the speed, to capture the speed, and sort of the wide variety of topics or problems it could sort of help you address through automation workflows. That's really the purpose, and these are available, like I said, to all customers by default. Some of them, and a few of the automation workflows available through premium support subscription, business support, and higher. All right, so this is an example screenshot of what would that look like in practice. And as you can see, a wide range of automation workflows. How do you sort of activate Windows, sort of support to check your EFS, sort of to make sure they're mounted accurately, and is that an issue over there? So again, a couple of examples over here which are popping up, but there's a long list of different automation workflows available for you to check out. Quickly summarizing the benefits of automation workflows, reducing manual effort. So because you're codifying and sort of scripting and using standardized scripting, so you could quickly troubleshoot and figure out problems. So that reduces effort, one. Second, controls user errors as well, because like I mentioned before, it's a collaborative process with multiple teams involved. So it sort of helps you remove errors from interpretation. So every single team could interpret something differently. So you remove that ambiguity and potential interpretation errors to having a consistent set of metrics and consistent set of data points surfacing through automation workflows. And third, reduce administrative overhead, because now based on this information, if you really create some processes around them to say, hey, this is the issue, kind of clear runbooks and playbooks on how do you sort of approach these, you could remove guesswork and each time trying to reinvent what's the best way to address these issues. So to summarize, it reduces effort and really helps you get back and improve availability of your applications. One. Second, removes ambiguity and helps collaboration across different teams by using a consistent set of language and metrics throughout, and reduces errors. And finally, reduces administrative overhead, because you can standardize the process and standardize the runbooks instead of sort of figuring out on the fly when really you have to get back to sort of application availability issues and make sure your applications are running as expected. So those are three key benefits of adopting automation workflows, which are available for premium support customers. Cool. A quick example over here, and just like we saw examples before, this was a little deep dive on one specific one, executing EC2 rescue. So again, very, very clear, I suppose, the description, what are the different steps involved over there, and what's the sort of outcomes and data you could see, what are the actions it takes, all put together in a single pane, so that you know what to expect, and everybody speaks the same language and executes on sort of troubleshooting steps to get back to green as quickly as you could. Cool. That's an example, but I think similarly we have many more such automation workflows available, and I really encourage everyone to sort of use these automation workflows to get back to green and improve your availability and reliability of your applications. Cool. That's the wrap on automation workflows. And very quick, and to summarize, we looked at three key features: support center and personal dashboard, which is part of that, and case creation, as you know, one. And second, trusted advisor, the best practice engine, and to help you keep the best practice. And third, automation workflows to help you troubleshoot quickly and get back to availability of your applications as quickly as possible. Those are the top three features which I really wanted to highlight today, and we really hope you take benefit of them and essentially check them out post this session. That's all I had today. And I'm wondering if you have any questions.
Great. Thanks, Amit. Appreciate that. Yeah, funny story. Recently, I was using one of those support automation workflows because I was trying to implement a trust with one of our managed Active Directory environments and could not for the life of me figure out why I wasn't able to get things to talk to each other. Ran one of those support automation workflows on my account, and lo and behold, it told me that I had a security group that didn't have any outbound rules allowed to it, and helped me save time on being able to get that in place, which was nice because otherwise I was just going to be running around in circles. So it was a nice tool to be able to use.
That's great. That's a good story, Rob.
Yeah,
So use it in
we
the
did.
session.
Yeah, we did have a question that came in from the audience kind of about those support automation workflows from Egyptian Novik. I'm sorry if I butchered your screen name there. Are support automation workflows available to all support levels or just business and enterprise support? And I'm happy to answer that one. There's a combo. There are some that are only available to business and enterprise support accounts, and they will have a different kind of nomenclature to them or prefix to those in there. But there are some that are available to all customers. So definitely take a look at those in Systems Manager and go take a look at some of those support automation workflows. Nice thing on some of them is on those playbooks, you can actually copy them and modify them to meet your own needs if you need to. So definitely take a look at some of those features that are available in the ones for all levels. We didn't have any other questions at all that came in from the audience. So with that, thank you both for joining us today and sharing some insights and information on the different support offerings here at AWS for Enterprise On-Ramp. Michelle, thank you. And Amit covering the business support and some of those other tools. I did share a bunch of links into the chat for some of those on Repost and Trusted Advisor and some of the launch information. So audience members, please feel free to take a look at the links that are provided here, and that should hopefully help you find some more information. But if there are any questions that we didn't get a chance to answer today, you can repost those questions over on repost.aws, where one of our experts can provide you with an answer to your question, and it might just even become a topic to one of the shows here in the future. If you have any feedback for us, please check the chat box on the right-hand side for that link to our survey that I posted earlier. And you can also feel free to email us at awssupportsyou@amazon.com, because we really do want to hear from you and let us know what you'd like to see on the show. Speaking of coming up on shows, next week, if you make sure to join us Monday the 29th at 11 a.m. Pacific, where we'll be discussing automating observability with the AWS distro for OpenTelemetry. So make sure to check that episode out. And thank you, everyone, for joining us at AWS Supports You. Happy cloud computing.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, everyone.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Rob, Michelle. And thanks, everyone, for joining today.